Oh, shit. It's always good to start off the YouTube stuff with curse words.
Yes, it is.
There we go. What's up, everybody?
What's up?
It's Jon Does. This is episode 160. I did 160 of these. That's crazy.
Jon Does and Pat helps.
Pat. Jon Does, Pat supervises.
Yeah, right.
What do you think about this shot? I moved some stuff in the room the other day over a little bit.
Yeah, it looks cleaner.
Well, the other thing, too, is we're not seeing any of the chat yet. So, but, yeah, I like this shot. It looks okay. It looks okay. What's up? What do I have going on? Oh, yeah, there's just, like, stuff happening in the world and in my life, and
there's a lot of stuff happening. There was an earthquake today?
Oh, there was. I was in the shed.
Were you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was in the office.
You're in the old office, yeah.
Yeah, I was in the old office, and it was what 5 point something in Thousand Oaks.
It was close. Yeah. It was really close. I was at work in the pharmacy, and I had just come back from lunch. Only like a few minutes before that, and the gate was still down, like we hadn't reopened yet. Mm-hmm. So everything was shaking. It was the gates. So like the gate started vibrating first, and when it initially hit, it
I took too much Viagra.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I tripping?
I thought maybe for a second. No, it was pretty obvious what was going on. But yeah, it was pretty startling. And then for me, every time there's an earthquake, my heart is always, I can always feel my heart a little bit beating a little bit faster for a few minutes after. This might just be me, but I kind of enjoy earthquakes. It was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, they are cool.
The scariest one I've ever lived through was the Northridge one.
Right. I wasn't living in California yet at the time.
And even that, like, I wasn't scared because, like, oh, the house is going to fall down. I was scared because I was jolted awake in the middle of the night. Right. And I'm like, what's going on?
Right. It was like super early in the morning.
Yeah. Anyways, what's up, everybody? This is Jon Does 160, as I said. And, before we get going with more earthquake talk, I guess, don't forget to head over to my Instagram and follow me on Instagram and Threads or whatever that thing is. I hate saying that now. Instagram and Facebook, I've just always kind of been okay with.
I think that Threads is easier to say than X.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It just feels weird throwing something else out there. I'd rather it just be Instagram or like one thing or another. But I'm on both of those. Instagram, Facebook owns all of it. So
it's called Meta.
Yeah. No, it's called Facebook. Just like Twitter is not X, it's still Twitter.
He should have just called it Shitter.
Should have just called it Pornhub. They would have gotten a lot of visitors.
They would have had a lot of visitors. Yeah, a lot of traffic.
I'm sure Pornhub's doing just fine.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, go check out my art over there on Instagram and whatnot. Sorry, I'm a little rusty. It's been like 2 weeks since I've done a show. Been all over the place. But there's the website. This is what the website looks like. There's some music videos that I directed and Pat helped me with there on the homepage. And then up there, there's the shop. There's the merch shop right there. There's some cool stuff. Pat just put it in an order.
I just put it in order. I'm very looking forward to that.
You know what? I'll look up your order right now.
I think it's pending
at.
Fulfillment. I looked at it earlier.
Well, I have.
You have more insight.
I can look at your orders being fulfilled. The tote bags being printed. The socks look like they're done.
Just in time for Valentine's Day.
And they're printing the mug. So yeah, Pat got a tote bag, some socks, and a mug. And that should be shipping out here pretty soon. So
very cool. Get yourself a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's just picking up to the warmer months.
I mean,
time to rock some short sleeves.
I think we still got a little bit of cold weather.
So get a hoodie.
Yeah, get a hoodie. Oh, you know what? I never really promote this, and I probably should. This would probably get more people checking out the website. You know what? There is free shipping. Your shipping is free.
I'm always happy about that.
Within the U.S.
The continental.
U.S. The Continental Hotel. That it's free shipping with the Continental Hotel.
We'll just push it under your door.
Yeah. I'll just walk from floor 1 to floor 99.
We'll get room service to deliver it.
Throw that string bikini that you got from wilddinosaur.com, just slide it, just roll it under the door.
That would be super sick, actually, if you had custom bikinis. Maybe one day.
Wild dinosaur whale tail.
Hey, that sounds sexy to me.
It's just on the string. It just says wild dinosaur butt floss.
That's right.
Well, yeah, so go check out all that stuff. I've been doing some heavy lifting on the back end. I'm starting to do some heavy lifting on the back end of all my art projects and stuff like that. So expect more Wild Dinosaur stuff this year.
That's right.
Woo!
You got the new album out?
New album's out. You can listen to that on Apple Music, Spotify, all the major platforms. It's up there on the YouTubes. If you're on the YouTubes watching this, you have access to YouTube.
If you're alive and you have computer access, you have access to YouTube.
If you don't live in North Korea, you have access to YouTube.
That's right, and possibly China. I'm not sure if China does either.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they have their own kind of platform. Maybe I don't. Honestly, I don't know. I know there's like alternative platforms for certain things.
Right,
there,
like
so I'm just not sure about the video.
What's the one? It's like Twitter. I can't recall what it's.
Oh
really popular.
yeah, X.
Yeah. I can't remember what the name of it is, but yeah, I remember there's like a Chinese Twitter.
Oh man,
Chinese Twitter.
Yeah, it's just a. Never mind.
I don't want to say anything here.
No, I wasn't even going to say anything. I just didn't have anything lined up at all.
Just teed up, but nothing there.
Yeah, I was going for a joke, and then I was just like, "Yeah, we're out of stock this week, folks."
It's like when you cock a gun, and then you realize there's no bullet. Like I'm an idiot.
Or
by gun, I mean Nerf gun.
Or like if you're like a dumbass and you're like one of those dumbass like streamers or whatever that you're like trying to look cool and you cock a gun and you do have a bullet in there, but you're living in your mom's house and you accidentally fire the gun off. And your mom comes in and is like, "What the fuck's going on?" And you're like, "Ah,
that's very specific.
I didn't mean to." I've seen a number of videos like this over the years.
Yeah.
I know it's very specific, but it's happened more than once.
They're just idiots firing guns indoors.
Yeah, they're like,
accidentally.
Check me out. Check out my rap career. I'm in my room smoking a blunt, and then it's like you fire your gun, and your mom comes
pissed.
in. I thought the safety was on. I swear.
Just immediately shattering your weak facade of like cool rapper.
Yeah, basically.
Is that is basically that could be your nickname?
Basically John. Maybe I should change the name of this show to that. From Jon Does to Basically John. If you guys are listening to this, I need your help. Should I change the name of this show to Basically John? I'm not kidding. Please comment. Leave a comment. Should I, if you were watching this now, live or later, comment. Just basically John or Jon Does.
Basic John.
Basic John.
You're Basic John.
Basic John B. Gotta be my homie John B. That was classic Justin.
That's very classic Justin.
So what have you been up to since the last we spoke on the show?
I've been working on designing some Roblox levels. the children's video game Roblox.
Hell yeah,
dude! It's pretty fun. I've been enjoying that a little bit. What else have I been doing? Always making music, working on some piano stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean...
Have you got any arranged songs yet?
Well, I mean, other than the tracks that we arranged last time, not much.
Yeah, man, you got to get in the habit of arranging. All your songs, not all of them, but the majority of your songs that I arranged, I helped you with. You got to start doing that on your own, man.
Yeah. Well, it's just...
Surprise me.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
Surprise you with a punch. No.
Punch to the nuts.
Punch to the gut.
Punch to the nuts and a kick to the nose.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not a violent person, generally. I mean, sometimes, though. Sometimes it feels good, you know?
Everybody is a violent person. It's just a matter of how tightly you bottle it up.
Yeah, how far can you push somebody before they explode?
And when you get to that point, you are gonna fucking crack.
No, I don't have any of that. I don't have a whole lot of pent-up aggression. Sometimes I kick boxes in the warehouse at work, and that really helps.
Oh shit! What's the name of that?
It's
movie?
a victimless crime.
What's that Michael Douglas movie? Falling.
The one where he
falling
snaps?
Falling down.
Ooh,
That's gonna
maybe.
be. I think it's called Falling Down.
No, it's the one like where he's just like stuck in traffic and he gets all pissed off and he's just having like a shitty day.
I mean, getting stuck in traffic isn't the breaking point.
No, but that's part of it.
That's part of it. Yeah, and then he goes on a murder spree.
Yeah,
and kills
right.
A bunch
That's
of people.
a wild movie, dude.
LA.
I've only seen that movie once, but yeah, that movie is wild.
That movie is great. That's the story.
It's like kind of funny at first, and then it's like, dude, this guy has some serious emotional issues.
I mean, I don't know if it's meant to be funny. There's
no.
funny
I'm
moments.
not saying that it's meant to be funny. Like, it's not supposed to be a comedy, but it is like kind of like funny in like a startling way at the beginning. But the further you go on, it's just like, dude, this guy is just like at his fucking breaking point.
It's relatable because, you know, like it's been a minute since I've watched it, but like I remember things like, I think he gets fired from his job and his boss is just an asshole to him, and like some shit happens at like a McDonald's type restaurant, and he kind of snaps there. I think the thing that works with that is it's like relatable. Like your boss is an asshole to you, and you're probably not gonna snap. You know, just like the average person.
Yes,
like,
everybody can relate to that.
Yeah, has these moments or have had these moments, but also like that's the Joker. Like that's the premise to the Joker.
And honestly, I think the Michael Douglas one is a better movie.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a.
But neither of us were huge fans of the Joker.
Yeah, that second one's coming out this year, the Lady Gaga one.
Hey, I'll give it a chance.
I'll probably give it a chance too. That movie was not.
We're both not the biggest Todd Phillips fans, but if you're listening, Todd Phillips. Obviously you're doing something right because a lot of people like the movie.
I mean, who the fuck am I to say like you're a shitty director when you've made billions of dollars off of franchises? Like, I don't think he's a shitty director. I just don't like.
Maybe
honestly,
you're just not a fan of his style.
I mean, he's done some comedies. I think I liked the first
Old
Hangover
School?
when I first. Yeah, Old School I liked, and I think I liked the first Hangover when it came out.
Yeah.
I never like rewatched those movies.
I think that movie would probably feel pretty dated at this point.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I've seen any of the sequels to that.
That movie did also definitely break Bradley Cooper through to a wider audience. Both Bradley Cooper and Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
They're both.
Ed Helms was on top of the world at that point.
Hey, Ed Helms he's all right. He had a lot of success on The Office.
Yeah, I think the problem with Ed Helms is like he was like offered to the public as like a kind of a like a B grade Steve Carell.
Yeah, and they're both on the Daily Show.
They're both on the Daily Show. He comes into the office a little bit later and then takes over the role. So there was always that, and I think that's always working against him. I think he's funny. I think
he's all right. Yeah.
I think in general he gets lumped into the like replacement Steve Carell type, which kind of sucks for him in his career.
He's more of like playing more of the straight man type.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him do some other stuff, but I think what he needs is like a Little Miss Sunshine type movie.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, like Steve Carell's been in some oddball movies like that, and I think he's always excelled at it.
He does. He takes a serious shot at serious acting. Whereas I don't know that I've seen Ed Helms do much outside of the comedic.
That's true. I haven't either. Yeah.
So true. I'm just saying, like, hey, follow your career, do whatever you want. But I think breaking the Steve Carell kind of like mold thing would be like doing other things.
I watched one movie with Steve Carell. It was a dramatic role. Somewhat recently, but it was with Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet plays his son, and he's like addicted to opioids type of thing. And like obviously a lot of people can relate to that, like family struggles. And it's just kind of like a heartbreaking role, but he plays his dad, who's like trying to help him out, like however he can, and often in that situation, you know, I'm sure everybody knows somebody that.
You're saying Timothée Chalamet's character had a spice addiction?
Yes. He had the helmet on. Yeah. He's just getting loaded all day. I'm looking forward to the second one, dude.
He's like, I see the great worm.
I'm looking forward to the second movie because I recently rewatched both Dune as well as Blade Runner, which I kind of feel is like Blade Runner 2049. It's like a companion piece a little bit. They're both like similar style.
It's the same director.
Yeah, but Blade Runner's even more boring than Dune. I thought.
Yeah, Blade Runner. I've both versions of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
The original and the new one. I've never been able to stay awake to finish those movies.
It took me so long to finish the first Blade Runner movie, just not because it's a bad movie. I actually really like that movie.
Yeah,
but it was just like the pacing. I would always get like, maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes in before just knocking out. One movie I've never finished in my life, and I've tried watching it quite a few times, is Raging Bull.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I get like 10 to 15 minutes in, and it's just like, that's it.
This is a take that some people aren't going to like. I'm not a big fan of, like, classic Scorsese stuff.
That's fair.
I just don't care much for, like, the mob New York type vibe thing. Not to say that, I don't know. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't for me. I just have never been the biggest Scorsese fan in that realm. Like, one of my favorite Scorsese movies is one of his, like, people don't like it as much. Like, it's definitely not on, like, top tier list. But Hugo, I fucking love Hugo.
Oh, that's a great movie, yeah.
That movie's awesome.
Gangs of New York, I think
Gangs
you're a
of
fan
New
of as
York
well?
is another great one.
Is that maybe, you think that would be
that's
your favorite?
That's probably more out of his style. Like, Hugo is more of like a Scorsese doing like a kid's family movie. Gangs of New York is more of his style. It's just a period piece, more of a period piece than like Raging Bull. And yeah, I think that one would probably be my favorite of his, like, tried and true Scorsese
I'm sure
style.
Raging Bull is a fantastic film and everything. I just can't get through it.
Yeah. There's a lot of older movies.
And going back to Todd Phillips, I think like that's part of why you weren't a huge fan of Joker, because it does feel a lot like a Scorsese movie.
Well, there was that. There was a lot of homage to Taxi Driver and Kings of Comedy, the other one.
Yes, I haven't never seen that one.
But there was some of that didn't really interest me, like, stylistically. But I don't know. I've had a hard time articulating what I really didn't like about the Joker for a while, and I think ultimately it comes down to, like, I just don't like the portrayal of the character, or what. I think part of my problem with Todd Phillips as the director for this kind of movie is that, and this isn't just a Todd Phillips thing. This is a lot of directors these days. Will take big concepts, big important concepts, for example, mental health, and not really get the point of their own theme. You know, like, I don't think that there is any sort of learning or understanding about the Joker as a character to the society. It, like, as an audience member and the people that I saw really liking that movie, I felt were just taking the wrong messages from the whole thing. And that's not necessarily on Todd Phillips as a director, but I think we are in this state of just poor storytelling in general. I don't think the Joker is absolute garbage storytelling, but I don't think it understood its own messaging.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, but look, we've got some stuff to cover today. We got some stuff. The first thing I'm gonna do is it's everybody's favorite segment.
Yes, it's my favorite.
Everybody's favorite segment.
It's for sure my favorite.
I definitely need to do like an intro for this thing. But what do we got today? We've got our full screen graphics. We've got our thumbnail. This is the thumbnail for this week's episode.
Oh, that's right. You're dead.
Yeah, I am dead. I've been dead the whole time.
The whole time? Yeah. All 160 episodes?
Before that.
Oh,
okay. I was born as an adult ghost.
I don't know why I'm so shocked then.
Yeah.
In the photo, like in the thumbnail, why am I so shocked that you're dead?
Because you just found out that nobody else can see me.
Oh, it's like a Bruce Willis type of...
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert, by the
way. So I died in a car accident. I didn't.
Ghost of Gallagher over there.
Ghost of Gallagher. Oh, dude, that's a fucking great thumbnail. I'm going to do a Gallagher thumbnail these days.
You absolutely should. You can smash so many different things, too.
No, I don't even need to smash anything. I just need to take like a classic picture of Gallagher and then Photoshop my head on
that's
him.
true. Yeah.
Or not even that, just my eyeballs.
Everything else is about lighted up.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, this is the thumbnail. This is a great thumbnail. I love this.
I loved it as well.
This one's stupid as fuck. But of course, I had to go through and throw in some AI stuff, and this is what you get out of it.
Look at my head shrink.
You turn into Deborah Ann Wool from Daredevil. You're hot, dude.
It had me pinned as a woman.
Yeah. Well, look. I
turned into like a baby's head right there, and then
take this as a compliment, Pat. I totally would.
Well, thanks.
But my ghost disappears because he's like, I've had enough of this bitch.
If you guys ever wondered what I would look like as a woman, here we go. Honestly, not bad.
Yeah, she's hot.
That is me as a woman, too. I don't really get it. I don't know how it pulled it off, but okay.
So yeah, that's our AI thing for the week.
Fucking weird.
Yeah. I got some other stuff going on. Oh yeah, so a couple weeks ago, I announced that I did a music video for David LIEBE.
Did you really?
I did. It's done. It's submitted. They have it. If you go, I need to go back to this full screen thing because this is the album cover. Let me get rid of that in the back, and that too. This is the album cover. Jason Cat, Star Cruise. The album is out now. They did a listening party last night, I think, or no, on Wednesday night. The album's out now. There is a link in the description of this video to the David LIEBE Bandcamp, so you can go listen to this record. It's great. It's funny. I remember getting a link when he's like, pick a song to do a video for, and most of the songs I don't remember being on that list. So they either mess
with the track list, or change
some
titles.
stuff up or whatever. But so this is the album. This is Jason the Cat, Star Cruise. So go check that out.
Has your video dropped yet?
No, my video. So he said Jonah, the producer, said that it's available. Hold on, let me pull up the email real quick. He said, what did he say? There it is.
I'm looking forward to it being available. I think you did a great job, personally. I mean, maybe I'm a bit biased.
Oh, snap.
Sorry,
Fred? I just saw breaking news.
You got an email from Joni Mitchell?
No, I got an email from Jeff Snyder. Where was this other fucking thing? Okay, here we go. The video will premiere on March 13, but people can watch it now if they subscribe to their YouTube channel for $1. Nice. So it's under a paywall right now, but on March 13th it will be available for public consumption, and
Sweet.
I'll do a relink to that and stuff. But sorry, hold on. This is from Jeff Snyder, the In-Snyder. Exclusive. Tom Cruise circling a role in Quentin Tarantino's final film, The Movie Critic. Interesting. I didn't see that coming. I knew he was talking about Brad Pitt.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, that was such a solid role, and you still haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I have not, and I really still want to see
I think it's on Hulu right now, I want to say.
I don't have Hulu. There's a bunch of streaming services I don't have currently. And I might cancel my Disney.
Yeah, Disney hasn't had a whole lot.
Well, they haven't had a whole lot, but I think because I signed up originally as just the Disney Plus thing, and it was like $4.99, and I just have kept it. I mean, the prices have gone up, but I think at this point, I might cancel it, and then when I re-sign up, I might do the dual package of Hulu, Disney Plus.
Yeah, it seems like that's what they're pushing.
However much that is. I'm not sure what the price is. Because it sucks. They don't give you a price. They're just like starting at.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just one app. Like, tell me what the fucking package price is if you're advertising a package.
They're trying to push like Disney. What is it, like Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus?
Yeah, you can get just Disney or Hulu or all three. And I wouldn't mind having just Disney and Hulu. There's some stuff on Hulu I wouldn't mind watching. What was it? Oh, well, I guess okay. I'll get into this. I'll get into I guess the main topic. And that was why I wasn't here last week.
Oh yeah,
I got into a car accident and died, and I had to find my way back to haunt Pat. It was a difficult process.
You had to haunt. Where was that? Like across the country.
Haunt that ass.
Haunting the universe.
Haunting the country. No, I flew out to Washington D.C. A mutual friend of ours, Ian, and his wife Lauren are making some life changes and are heading back to the West Coast. And so I flew out to help Ian move some of his stuff. So I flew out and we drove across country. So that's what I did this last week. It was a very interesting road trip, and I came out of it feeling motivated. Motivated, I think is the right term.
Sometimes, just spending those hours behind the wheel or just in the passenger seat, you get to do a lot of thinking. And
yeah, one of those things I was thinking was maybe The Bachelor's not that bad.
Is that what you were thinking about?
Lauren made us watch 2 episodes of the new season of The Bachelor. Yeah, I look. I'm not going to keep up with The Bachelor.
Yeah,
I'll just be honest about it. But it was entertaining.
More entertaining than you thought it would have been.
No, I mean, not more entertaining than it. I don't want to keep up with like that kind of drama regularly. Like if I keep up with TV shows, I'd rather keep up with a narrative than like this chick cheated on The Bachelor with this. Like I don't like that kind of drama very much.
Either.
But The Bachelor is it can be entertaining in small doses, I think. What I would rather see is like the highlights of the season. Like a 20-minute video of like, this is all the shit that happened. And all.
I remember like my parents used to watch those shows, and we would like all hang out in the living room, and then I would just like talk shit the whole time through it, and then they would always yell at me like, "Stop talking!"
And now,
stop talking.
Now people make a lot of money doing podcasts.
Yeah. But that's all I would do. I would just like riff on it, and same thing with like American Idol, just talking shit the whole time. I think that maybe that one was a little more annoying for them because it's like you're trying to hear people sing, and I'm just like, look at this asshole right here.
I mean, I still talk shit about those kinds of talent shows because I think it homogenizes art.
I was just trying to crack jokes. That's all.
Yeah.
That's just my style. It's probably for sure being an annoying teenager, but I was definitely
like this asshole, and he can't fucking hit a note for it. And it's like, hey Pat.
Go ahead.
Sing me a little tune.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I can't really say much.
You're like, the stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, you knew right where I was going.
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, we used to have to sing that.
Yeah.
In grade school, we would sing. Also, dude, there was a lot of like they would try to push that shit on you. The Texan pride. I'm sure you guys had like similar stuff in California.
No, not really.
No, dude, they pushed it big time.
We didn't have California pride. We just added California history, where it's like, check out how white people enslaved Native Americans,
4th grade.
or the Spanish enslaved.
I want to say that like a lot of California history was in 4th grade. The curriculum. curriculum because for us, I think it was too. In fourth grade, we did a lot of Texas history, and third grade too. Dude, it was
all through for us. It was all through elementary school.
It was just a lot of like state history, which was nice. But there's a lot of crazy shit that has happened in Texas.
Yeah, like the Alamo.
We talked about the Alamo.
Ozzy pissed on that thing.
Oh, you know what else? Pancho Villa.
Yeah, Pancho Villa.
When they surrounded Pancho Villa, that was another one. We did a little recreation of that.
Were you Pancho Villa?
I don't think I was. I think I wanted to be one of the gunmen.
Yeah, you were like, get out of here, brown person.
I don't think we got into the Kennedy. I don't think we got into the Kennedy assassination, but that's another Texan. That's another part of Texas history.
You're like, you'll figure that out when you go to liberal college.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't talk about that. But dude, I remember a lot of cool stuff from grade school. Ross Perot was
Ross for boss.
He was popular in Texas. Sure.
He was popular in my 6th grade class as well.
Was he?
Yeah, well, at least with a couple of kids. I remember Donovan Roche rolling up to school one day with a Ross for boss hat. It was great. If I could go back in time, I would love one of those. He's just a crazy dude.
For me, when I think about Ross Perot, he's he's not even a human. It's it's just like an alien.
He's a caricature of himself. Yeah.
I think it's like the SNL parody.
I think we grew up seeing a lot of him and Bush Senior and Clinton.
No, but from what I remember, Ross Perot actually did get quite a bit of the vote.
I don't remember. I was in 6th grade when that guy ran for president.
So same with Bob Dole. He was
Bob Dole.
He was around.
Bob Dole.
Norm
Macdonald. Bob Dole was great. He just always said his name and held a pen. Those were his two things. Bob Dole doesn't like Dole Whip.
It would be on Weekend Update or something.
Yeah.
You'd have a little quick Bob Dole guest.
So yeah, I did this little road trip. Watched some Bachelor. That went on a side. We went on a side quest there.
That was the highlight.
We were going on a road trip, and then we side quest all the way over to Canada, and we were going back to Texas now.
Yes.
So yeah, we went to we left from Virginia, listened to one of the Bachelor podcasts on the drive.
Okay.
There was there's an episode per episode of The Bachelor.
Sure. Yeah, that makes
sense. And so day one we listened to when I was in Virginia, we watched both episodes, the first 2 episodes of this new season. Day one we listened to the first episode podcast. Day 2 we listened to the second episode podcast. And I have retained nothing from those.
That's fair.
No, the podcast, they have a really funny rating system. It's kind of like fantasy football.
That does sound fun. I'm sure that they get into it. I'm sure it's a good time.
What was it they rate the entrances in the first episode when all the girls come out of the limo and they introduce themselves. They rate those, and there's terminology for all of it.
It sounds fun.
It's kind of funny.
I'll be honest. I don't really watch The Bachelor or anything like that. But not
shocker.
Since, not since
I'm absolutely shocked.
not since my parents would watch it when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But I have in the past been guilty of reading the recaps. Mm-hmm. Just flipping through the news, there'll be some shit oh, so and such and such happened to The Bachelor. I'll be okay, I'll read about this. And I'm why am I reading this? What is wrong with me? Right, I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know what's going on, but somehow it's entertaining for me to read this gossip type shit.
That's why the editing for The Bachelor is straightforward from season 1 till now. You can tell the build up the drama and the drama this person is talking shit about this person, and they build up that tension in an episode over 3 commercital breaks, something like that. And they can chop a lot of that shit down. So like I said earlier, I would actually rather prefer a 20-minute breakdown of just all of the shit that went down in one season.
Yeah.
So when you reading about that, I don't know how to read, so like
whatever, dude.
So that's kind of out of the picture for me. But yeah, I'll watch some YouTubers 20-minute breakdown, or if Lauren wanted to,
like host a podcast or something.
Just what'd be funny is to get Lauren on here and just explain The Bachelor to us,
or whatever's going on. Like,
just
here's Lauren with a weekly Bachelor update.
That would be so funny. I would love that. I think she would love that too. But yeah, so we had some Bachelor podcasts on the car ride. First night we did like 9 hours from Virginia to Indianapolis.
How what kind of stuff do you drive through there? Is it more just like not a whole lot?
Well, dude, once you get like kind of out of once you get like, I don't know, I've spent a little bit of time on the East Coast. And like, there's a vibe, like brick like buildings and stuff like that. It's different than you get here, different vibe. Once you kind of get out of like Virginia, it's just like, it's almost the Midwest starts up until like the Midwest is like the end of Virginia to like Arizona. Like the whole Midwest, it like all looks relatively the same.
It's all flat.
We drove through a number of towns where I literally thought we were in, I remember a year or two ago, I went to Wisconsin. And it was my first time in Wisconsin, and everything looked like Wisconsin. I was like, "Are we in Appleton?" I was like, "No, dude, we're in Indiana." But yeah, it was a fun trip.
So you're telling me you guys went to Indiana and you didn't go to Sweetwater?
Yes. You know why? I'm boycotting because their candy fucking sucks.
Yeah, Perfect Circuit has way better candy. That's hilarious, dude.
Boycott Sweetwater because the free candy they send you with your purchase.
Yeah, it's always crappy.
It's what's that? What's it like, the nut or honey or whatever it's called?
Yeah, bit of honey.
Bit of honey. Yeah, nut of honey.
Though, I gotta give a shout out though to I gotta give a shout out to my Sweetwater rep though. Yeah, he's the man.
He calls to check up just to make sure you.
He does, dude. Yeah, Tim.
They all do. They all do.
Of course. They just want you to spend money. But
yeah, if you bought anything from Sweetwater ever, they will call you for the rest of your life just to be like, "Hey, how's your recording setup?" And you're like, "I bought a cable one time for a job. I don't need anything from Sweetwater." They're like, "Are you sure? Because we've got the new like rolling like loop station that costs like $900." And you're like, I don't know what that is, brother.
Dude, but hey, my guy, he is good.
They're all good.
Yeah. So shout out to Tim from Sweetwater. It's hilarious, but Guitar Center's also tried to do the same.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And I'm like, dude, no, like too little, too late.
Yeah, right. Sweetwater's been doing this for more than a decade.
Since like the 90s. Yeah, dude, come on. Like, you can't just take their try to steal their vibe. I'm not buying it,
I mean, I do buy stuff from Guitar Center, but like, you also expect a different kind of service when it comes to
like with Guitar Center calling you, it's more like dude, like, like, it's okay, like, just tell me if you're okay. Like, if somebody holding a gun to your head and making you do this.
You know what? I've got more to talk about. But I really need Guitar Center to stop listing stuff that's not like available for purchase. They do that all the time with their pedals. You go in and you're like, that pedal's fucking dope. I've got $80 in my pocket. I'll buy that right now. And they're like, oh, it's not available for like 3 more weeks because
don't
fucking put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Don't like
just keep it in the back until it's okay to sell.
Yeah,
like, nobody's gonna.
The reason they hold those is to check them to make sure they're not stolen. So why are you trying to sell it if you don't know if it's fully stolen yet?
Yeah, I don't understand
like
that either.
I think that's a bad policy.
I do too.
And it pisses me off because there's been a number of occasions when I've wanted to buy something and it's like not like I can't.
Yeah, why do you have it on display? Like, why are you just toying with my emotions right now?
Stop.
That's a good point.
Yeah, pisses me off quite a bit.
Yep.
So yeah, that was the first leg. We did not go to Sweetwater because their candy sucks.
You go in there and it's just like a giant bowl of bit of honey.
Yeah. I'll even take Tootsie Rolls over that shit. Like I've had
some Tootsie Rolls from Sweetwater.
Yeah, I've gotten some too. I love a Tootsie Roll. I do not like, they do like the Red Hots too. Not the Red Hot, the like Fireball thing.
The Fireballs,
They do the Fireball and the Nut Honey or what.
Nut Honey? Yeah. The Nut Honey?
That's what I'm going to call it.
Get away from me, Nut Honey.
Nut Honey.
It sounds like something that's illegal in some states.
For sure. Yeah, Laffy Taffies, non-banana Laffy Taffies are okay, and the Tootsie Rolls are
Some people
fucking,
would say that banana Laffy Taffy is the best.
They can all fucking have my banana Laffy Taffies because those are gross.
I think they're okay.
Yeah, you're gross. Get out of here.
All right.
It's the same thing when somebody doesn't eat avocado. I don't trust you. If you don't like avocado, I do not trust you.
I agree. That's bullshit. And my roommate it doesn't like avocado.
Oh, yeah. I don't trust him.
I never have, and I probably never will. And I've lived with him for 9 years.
He texted me. Because I texted you last night. I was like, is this Andrew? I didn't know if I had his number saved or not. And I got a response from him today. And he was like, all good. It was mostly just to spite Pat.
Yeah, I figured it was. I told you. I told you as much.
Yeah. Sorry, calling Andrew out on that.
Oh, it's okay. We can call him out more
on the old podcast.
We can call him out more if you want.
So day 2 was we went from Indianapolis to Lincoln, Nebraska, which is where Ian and Lauren used to live. They moved from California to Lincoln, and we spent the night at this hotel. What is it? I think it was called The Graduate. I have some pictures. I'll show some pictures here in a second.
All right.
And I went out with Ian. He took me to this cocktail bar that he goes to. I haven't had alcohol in 2-3 years.
Aside from New Year's Eve, you had like a shot or two.
I had like a shot or two.
Wasn't much.
Yeah, I just don't drink much anymore. I had 2 cocktails at this place. They're pretty good.
You're probably feeling that.
Oh, I definitely.
Yeah.
I felt it after the first one.
Nice.
Like midway through the first one, I'm like, I'm definitely feeling this. But it's hilarious because I kept joking about how like there's like 30 people that live in Nebraska total. Just like there's nobody that lives here. They all live in other places.
I mean, it's mainly true.
Yeah, pretty much. Lincoln's actually pretty tight.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard it is like the more cool. Like if there is like a hipper.
Yeah. I'd say that was what I got from it as well. But there was some sports stuff going on. I think there was a track meet going on. But we're at this bar, and there's a guy Ian and I are sitting at the bar talking to the bartender because Ian knew him.
Yeah.
There's a guy sitting at this table behind us with somebody else, and people kept like going up to him, talking to him, and I started to like kind of vibe it like, oh, I think this is somebody that we're supposed to know. And it turns out it was Matt Rule. He's the football coach for Nebraska.
Yeah, he was before that the head coach of the Carolina Panthers in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know anything about him because I don't follow sports. So like everybody was like, "Coach, coach, coach." There's that, and I just kept like staring like at him. Okay, so I shouldn't say I was just staring at him like a weirdo from across the room. He ended up. One of the bartenders or owners or somebody that Ian was friends with, social guy coming out talking to everybody, they've like made a connection. So me and Ian are sitting at the bar. Ian's friend kind of migrates a couple people towards the seats next to us. So it's Matt Rule, Ian's friend that works at the bar, Ian, and then me, and we're just like 4 people at this bar. And other people are coming in trying to get him.
So you're just shooting the shit with Coach?
I didn't really talk with him much because I was still like putting it together who he was. And first of all, I'm a dumbass. So when it comes to just like social conversation, I'm always like,
It's not like that though, but
it's like that.
That's funny.
But also, like, I don't know anything about football, so I'm not. What am I supposed to do? Like, fucking great game, coach. Like, I don't know if there was a game today or not.
There definitely was not. That's hilarious. That would have been funny if you said that, though.
But I was telling Ian later, I was like, oh, it's that kind of crazy that that like we go to this bar. We're talking about like how little people there are in Nebraska as a state in general. I was like, yeah, like there's still like 30 people in the state, and I happen to meet the like head football coach.
Yeah, who has to be one of the most popular people in the state.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Ian was like, it's funny too because there's 28 other people in the state that'd be super jealous of you. I was like, yeah. So yeah, we met Matt Rule. He was a nice guy. I'm just a jackass for not knowing sports. That's all.
Dude, you know what I read though? The Panthers, when they fired him, he was still under contract. They had to pay him out $40 million.
Oh shit! Yeah. So he should have been buying me a drink.
Oh, 100%.
Fucking jerk. Matt Rule, if you're listening, buy me a drink. Just kidding. It could be a bubbly water, just one can of bubbly water.
Yeah, dude, but that's crazy. That dude got paid that much for not even working, just because they're like, we don't want you
That's
anymore.
how contracts work.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man.
You should hear about stories in Hollywood too of like somebody got paid like $10 million for a movie that's never going to see the light of day. There's a lot of stories like that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of money that people will throw around for shit like that, or just be willing to give up because they like want a new coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
That's exactly what it was.
That's crazy. So yeah, Lincoln was night 2. That was probably one of the more. I mean, that was the only place we really went out and did too much, except for the next night we went. We drove from Lincoln. The next 2 days were long trips. They were 12-hour days for us, but we went from Lincoln to Albuquerque. And I've spent time in Albuquerque because my sister went to UNM. It's been a while since I'd been there, but Ian, another friend of Ian, Sean, is doing physical education program, and I guess he's going into a master's program in Baltimore, which is fucked because Ian's leaving Baltimore and he's moving. Or I mean, Ian's not in Baltimore; he's like an hour from there. But yeah, so. The next day we drove through Colorado, which actually our whole trip, we didn't have almost any weather at all. We drove through a little bit of like fog at one point, and then in Colorado we got a tiny bit of rain, but we didn't see it rain again until we got into LA. When everybody was freaking out about the atmospheric river. This is an atmospheric river.
I mean, look, it was a lot of rain, but was it that crazy? No,
not here in LA. In like proper LA, it flooded a bit, and NorCal it flooded too.
I'm sure my dad's like the golf course that my dad's works at. It probably got pretty flooded.
It's probably not good for ice blocking right now, huh?
Yeah, probably not. Well, I mean, it always is pretty good.
Yeah, so we went to Albuquerque, stayed at Sean's place. Sean's awesome dude. And then in the morning we went to the Frontier. It's a kind of a known spot. It's right across the street from like
you're talking about that one.
Yeah. I'd eaten there before when my sister went there. Yeah, and we walked around campus for a little bit, and he took us into the it's not a stadium, it's just a gym, but the basketball court. I'll start showing some pictures here, actually. Let me pull up some pictures and I can talk about some of this. So,
this is some road trip photos.
This is the first one. I took all these photos. Most of these photos are with my camera, my R6. This is the wide-angle lens. We were just driving. I don't even know where we were driving, but that's Ian driving right there. I got a couple of good... I don't have a ton of pictures, so... we'll go through these kind of quick. There's more open space.
Yeah, that's got to be the Midwest somewhere.
This wide angle lens, it's just the Canon cheap Canon 10 to 18 millimeter. It got some really good shots. I'm gonna utilize this a little bit more than I had expected previous. This shot
it looks like maybe the desert.
Yeah, this I think is Arizona. This was the fourth day of driving. The first two I don't remember where they're at. Just kind of middle of nowhere, and then This was also, excuse me, this was also outside of Arizona. I don't remember what mountain that was. I think we were near Kingman, if I remember correctly.
Which is like pretty close to the border.
Yeah.
The California border.
And then this was my favorite picture for whatever reason. It's just a Sinclair gas station sign.
It has that just total like Americana vibe though.
Yeah. I might use this as an album cover or something. I just keep thinking all my friends are dead. Like that's it. Maybe it's the follow up to I have no friends on this planet. Or just a single or something. All my friends are dead. All my friends are gas. And then okay, so this is the hotel we stayed at.
That's a great photo.
Yeah, thanks. I'm still messing around with like lighting and stuff, and I've been, some of these have filters on them and from like Photoshop Raw.
Yeah, but like you could totally like that looks like an Airbnb. Like if you were trying to promote an Airbnb, you know,
it's like super kitschy, like Western kind of. I don't know. It was weird because like this side there's this old TV. Hold on, I get a little closer on the TV. There's the TV and then an old school phone, and then the light is this roller skate.
Yeah, I see that.
But on the other side of the wall, it was just like old like. There was like Nebraska law from like the 50s. It was just like weird little like quirky things like that up on the wall. It was kind of cool. And then yeah, this was in Albuquerque. This is Frontier. This is the front of it. I sent that. This is I think most of these rest of these are off my phone, not my camera. So yeah, it was the Frontier restaurant. Pretty bomb. I'd recommend it. There's the
gym.
The gym. Yeah, we walked around through there a bit. And that was the library.
New Mexico has historically always had a pretty decent basketball team.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, if they're known for any sport, it would be basketball.
Yeah. Okay. That was fireworks, but
that's probably the case. We would always go across
meth.
When I was a kid living in El Paso, half of our neighborhood was legally considered New Mexico. So you used to be able to just go to the park in the neighborhood and legally set off as many firecrackers as you wanted.
I mean, as far as I know, only California has like made fireworks illegal. Driving across the country made it seem that like everybody's down with just blowing shit up.
And they are.
Hell yeah, brother.
This was at the university as well?
Yeah. So I took some of these pictures because I was sending them to my sister who went there, and she hadn't been back in, I don't know, a couple years maybe. This is there's a lot of stuff on campus that's new, so this was like a new part of the library, and it just like looked nice. It, like when we walked in, I felt like I was in like a law library. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the last picture, the last picture we have, this is a classic one. This is a very important one. This is a bag of lasagna in a Ziploc bag. Now this was important because Ian's mom made this lasagna, and Ian grabbed some and threw it in the bag, and I didn't eat any. Not because like I didn't want any or anything. We just like we already had a bunch of food and stuff, so I didn't.
Yeah.
But that was in our in the car with us from Indiana. Nice. Yeah, night one we threw a bag of lasagna in there,
and it made it all the way back.
I'm curious of what became of the lasagna, if Ian ate it all or not.
We're gonna need that. We're gonna need a resolution.
We're gonna need a follow up for sure.
Maybe we'll have to have Ian on.
Yeah, he's around, so maybe we'll get him on one of these days. But yeah, those are the pictures that I got from my road trip.
Nice.
Not a lot of them, and I do have a bunch of video too. Like I said, we kind of just kept going. Like the first 2 days were like 9-hour days, and the second 2 days were like 12+ hour days. So we didn't really stop a bunch, other than like for quick pee break or gas. You know, basically.
Pee break, was that like the Anderson's pea soup?
Yes. Yeah. Every pee break, we just peed out pea soup. It's green. It was green.
It's just green.
It's just green.
You exorcise some demons, like Exorcist style. Did they use pea soup for that?
I start pissing and I just turn into Shrek. Yeah. It's just green.
That would be scary. That'd be alarming.
I
don't remember eating any asparagus.
All of a sudden, you turn into Donkey.
Turn into Don Quixote.
So yeah, that's what I was doing last week, is driving across country. Like I said, I got some video footage, but we didn't stop in too many places, so it, like, all of the video footage is just like out the window.
Yeah.
You know, it's like either the front of the window or like the side. So there's gonna be some. I'll have footage for a project, maybe another music video or something at some point. The one place we did. We didn't intend to stop there originally, but I'd mentioned it to Ian. Was going to the Painted Desert, and turns out we were like 45 minutes from like the visitor center, Painted Desert Visitor Center, and I'd been there once before a long time ago, but I didn't remember that it's not like you just go there and park and then can take pictures. It's like a vast area, and so it's the Painted Desert and Petrified Forest in Arizona, which is dope. You know, just old ass trees and shit that turned into rock. And it's a 28-mile stretch that you drive through. So you can you pay for, like, once you get to this area, you pay, and then you can drive through and like stop and take pictures and stuff. But that was one of our 12-hour days, so we were like not about to take a half hour or more detour.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but we did stop there at the visitor center and talk to him for a bit. I want to go back and get some cool footage there, because it's beautiful. Arizona's got some great landscapes.
If you're listening, Arizona,
if you're listening, legalize it.
They have.
No, not what I'm talking about.
I don't know if we want to know.
Yeah. Legalize it. Weed is legal. I'm not talking about weed.
That's funny.
I'm talking about butt stuff. No, I'm just so I had a good trip. I came back feeling pretty motivated. And, well, be honest, there's a little bit of like, I don't know. I was feeling a lot of things coming back. There was a little bit of depression. Just because I don't want to get too much into it, but hearing about some of our friends where they're at in life, and I'm like, man, that sucks for me. But
everybody has a different path.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I always try to remind myself about that too. You know,
I just want more. You know?
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's a human nature, I think, to want more.
Well, but coming from the road trip, yeah, I was a little bit depressed. You know, there were some things. I wasn't a bummer or anything on the road trip.
Yeah. I get it.
You think about life and mortality and all that shit. I was just really wanting to work towards something. So I've got some stuff in the works since I've been back. I've been doing a lot of peyote, really. Just the last 4 days.
You've been
just been tripping. Yeah, just been locked myself in my room. Just a couple of bubbly waters, nothing else. A bucket to piss and vomit in.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm working on some things to. None of this would be shocking to anybody, but just trying to get some of like the business side of my art, the dotting the I's and crossing the T's and stuff like that. But also,
Vision Quest.
Yeah. Well, so what I will say, and you know this because you've loaned me some gear at this point, I'm putting together a live set. This might take me a little bit because I'm blending most of my new stuff, like stuff from my next record that's not out yet, a couple of tracks from the No Friends record, and maybe a couple of spattered older songs, maybe
like reworked,
maybe a new song here or there if I run into something. But I'm working on trying to do a live set, and it's going to be more of an updated version of what I used to do. And there are videos out there. I actually just reposted one on my personal Facebook. I should re-show that one. Do you remember when I was posting up videos when I was living in Grass Valley? There was one where I did like a Gary Newman cover of metal. Oh, I was like, I had the drum machine, I looped some guitar stuff, and then I was playing the R6 or the R3. R6. R6 is a camera.
R6 is also
a model number for a dildo.
Or for a droid in Star Wars.
R6 5000.
I remember. Actually, I can think of R5. There's R5 and R2D2. Obviously,
there's R2, R5, IG-11, IG-88.
R6 is a droid that we don't know.
There probably is an R6. Let's see. So yeah, I don't know. I'm working on some stuff.
That's exciting.
I don't know how soon you guys will see any of it. I'm gonna try to live stream some of the jams as they start coming together.
Nice.
So expect to see some of those.
We'll talk about some technical stuff here, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I gotta figure out a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm motivated.
Well, yeah, I've been feeling kind of motivated myself.
That's good. What are you motivated?
Honestly, one thing that I've told you that what I've had been doing lately is just like learning some songs that I like on piano. Mm-hmm. That's been helping.
Yeah,
that's been getting me in the mood.
Like Ave Maria.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's a classic.
Some Chopin.
Yeah. No, not yet. But I'm working at it. More like some Taylor Swift.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Some stuff like that.
Teaching little girls songwriting.
Some Tame Impala.
Since 2009. I don't know.
That's about right.
It's close, I guess.
I think she was around maybe a couple years before that.
Probably.
Yeah, but
wasn't she like an American Idol or like, didn't she stem from one of those shows?
Not that I'm aware of. But just like around that same time. Is when I started first hearing about her, maybe like 2007, 2008.
Now she runs the NFL.
And she runs America.
Look how far she's come.
First female president. I'm not saying no.
I am. I am, absolutely. And there's nothing against Taylor Swift. She has no, policy. She's never been in public service. You could argue that what she's doing now is public service. She does a better public service than a lot of other celebrities out there.
Yeah, no, she does.
But, public service isn't just going and making people happy.
I think she'd be the first to admit that as well.
Yeah, I think you have to fundraise, you have to work for policy and stuff like that, and that's just not something that she does. She might be capable of doing those things. I just don't want to see any more fucking celebrity presidents or politicians. They're symptoms of a larger problem, but they are problems, Like Ronald Reagan was our first big celebrity politician, arguably ruined the country still to this day.
Dude, I would argue that George Washington was.
He was MAGA.
Oh man, that's funny. I don't think George Washington even wanted to be president.
No, he didn't.
He said, "Fuck this," and then they're like, "No, sorry, dude."
Then they waterboarded him into being president. That's actually how you became president. The first two presidents got waterboarded.
They hit his wooden teeth until he agreed. They're like,
they hit his wooden teeth. So dumb.
I'm like, look here, Jorge. We're gonna hide this shit. And you're going to agree to be president. And he's like, no, it's not for me.
It's been a while since I brushed up on my Washington history, but I'm pretty sure he actually didn't have wooden teeth.
That's probably true. That's just one of those facts that everybody, one of those kitschy things that everybody knows, but they don't actually know for sure.
I might be misremembering this, but I remembered hearing that people thought he had wood teeth because he actually he drank a bunch of wine because he had a winery on his property and shit. So he was always drinking wine.
He had a big ass property.
So his teeth were always off colored.
Mount Vernon, right? Isn't that yeah.
Yeah, I went there when I not on this trip to DC, but I've been to DC 3 times.
It's
now.
in Virginia, right? Washington's
that
state.
Monticello's not far either.
That's Jefferson's.
Yeah, I forget which one's where. I think Mount Vernon wasn't far from Ian's spot.
I know Mount Vernon's also a neighborhood outside of New York City, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. I don't know what else I got. Do I have anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't think so.
just make sure to listen to that. Check out that No Friends record.
Yeah, check out the No Friends record.
I'm rocking that hoodie too. The Island.
The Island. This one's great.
That one's got some great color.
Yeah, I really like how this one pops. I purposefully wanted it on something where it would pop more.
It's like a darker color.
Yeah,
which
but
is perfect.
But after I bought it, I'm kind of like, it would be cool on like a light blue, or like there's colors that are available that I'm like, maybe I should have just gotten it on like I don't know, even like a pink.
What happens if somebody like hashtags a photo with themselves wearing a wild dinosaur shirt?
Oh, I'll send them some stickers.
All right, nice. Yeah, give them a shout out too.
If you actually here in advance.
Yeah. Get yourself some wild dinosaur gear.
Yeah, get yourself some wild dinosaur.
Take a photo in it.
Mm-hmm. Post that shit on social media. Tag me in it. Hashtag the wild dinosaur, and I'll contact you and try to send you some stickers. So yeah, go check it out.
Give you a shout out on the show.
Yeah, I'll send you a dick pic or something.
We can talk about that later on Snapchat.
On Tubi.
That'd be hilarious. Jon Does airing now on Tubi.
That would be amazing. I would love that so much. I would. Oh man. If I had a show on Tubi, it would be just like us watching movies on Tubi.
Very meta. Yeah. Try to buy some wild dinosaur shit so we can get a Apple Vision Pro and check that live on the show.
Look, buy some stuff because Wild Dinosaur is going to need some financial help in the next year. So there's some things I need to invest in, like probably this next year, a new computer, new workhorse, and a couple other things that aren't terribly expensive. But, there's going to be costs. It actually costs money to have a website. Did you know that?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to pay for that shit too. But yeah, wilddinosaur.com. Let me pull that up again. Wilddinosaur.com, and then Wild Dinosaur on Instagram and Threads. Yeah, there's going to be more art. We'll talk about the David LIEBE HART stuff more as that comes closer. Go check out that record. That's a good one.
Jason the Cat.
Yeah, there's a link in the description for that record. What else do we do? Oh yeah, there's also a link to donate to Planned Parenthood because Planned Parenthood is pretty sweet, and they gave me condoms one time. One time they gave me a lot of condoms a lot of times, and I wasn't even having sex. I was just playing with them.
Making balloon animals,
condom races down the Willamette River in Portland.
Icy Mikes.
Icy Mikes. Oh boy, that's for another episode, I think. All right. Well, Pat and I are gonna get out of here. Pat, is there anything you wanted to say to anybody before you?
Not much, but hey, watch the Super Bowl, and if you do, which you probably will watch the Super Bowl, watch out for that wild dinosaur commercial. Aaron at halftime, I'm holding the sticker upside down.
My commercial airs on the Superb Owl.
Oh God! Oh, my mistake.
And the Puppy Bowl.
All right, later, everybody.
All right, later. See you next week.